What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dolo J back with another video. Last night we had two game fours. Unfortunately, both of the teams that were up 2-1 in the series went up 3-1 in the series, and the Celtics and the Warriors look like they're on the brink of elimination. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the Wolves and the Warriors game first, then we're gonna get into the Knicks and the Celtics game after that. But yeah, man, the Wolves, man, they look real good. Julius Randle was doing his thing as usual. Ant came on in the second half. Nikhil Alexander-Walker was doing his thing. DiVincenzo was hitting some shots. It just looked real good for the Warriors. It looked real good for the Warriors, especially during the beginning of the season, really the midway point of the season. You know, a couple months in between time, they really just wasn't looking good. Rudy and Randall were getting into it. They weren't really clicking eye to eye. They basically lost the game because of, anger and stuff like that. And Ant said they weren't really together. But since Julius Randle's come back from the injury, the Wolves games that I have watched personally with my own eyes, they look a lot better, a lot seamlessly. And they just, starting to look like they enjoy playing with each other. Pause. But yeah, man, in the first half, really, I ain't gonna really touch on, exact moments or nothing like that. But basically, just in the first half, I really didn't like Jimmy's energy, man. It's a lot of times, he had baskets or, had better shot attempts than what ended up happening. He ends up turning the ball over, coming to a jump stop, jumping, and then turning around trying to pass out of a shot instead of shooting it. Especially when he was in this range, anywhere from 15 to, 10 feet from the basket, basically. And he wasn't aggressive enough for me. First quarter, he only had maybe one shot attempt, I think. And I believe in the second quarter, he started to get it going a little bit more. I believe he had 4 shot attempts that quarter, ended up going 3 for 4 in that quarter. But Randall, to start the game, looked real good. I believe he had the first 5 points for Minnesota. And that's what Randall usually does. From what I see, he usually gets the quarters, halves, and stuff like that. He usually gets them going and gets the spark and allow Ant to really just read the game and see how other teams are playing them, how they plan on playing them. Are they trapping? Are they hedging? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Excuse me. So in the first half, he really was just chilling. I think he had 4 assists in the first half, so he was playmaking, but he was scoring. He had, 14 points at halftime? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he had 14 points at halftime and 4 assists. Randall had 19 points. Kuminga had 16 points. He came in the game uber aggressive in his first half. Uber aggressive. 8 from the free throw line, 4-6 from the field. Buddy Hield had 11 points. I think Jimmy Butler only had 9 points at the half. Like I said, I really didn't like how, I'm not going to say he was playing timid or shy or anything, but it just really, really did not look like the Jimmy that we see when he was with the Heat. Flat out. And a lot of that is attested to, Steph not being on the court, the gravity he has, the open shots he gets just by, running off screens and, 2 people coming to him, boom, open person in the corner, or boom, a backdoor cut, or boom, a little midi, or you know what I'm saying, you're the guy that's on him not helping off when you're on that side because of the type of shooter he is. Like, it's really fun to watch the Warriors when Steph plays. When Steph doesn't play, it does not look that well. I'm gonna just be nice. It doesn't look that well. But yeah, man, the Wolves in the second quarter, B-Paz had some free throws to start the quarter. Randall hit a little 3. Draymond got his little layup. And Ant tied the game. I believe it was on a step back or maybe a layup or something like that. Or maybe it could have been a little mid-range shot. I'm a little foggy about it, excuse me. But it was just back and forth. And then Minnesota went on a 17-0 run, and it was just from there it was over, bro. It was pretty much over. The game was sealed. I think they eventually would end up going 20 before the third quarter ended, and it's basically was just Randall getting to the basket, McDaniels getting to the basket, Nikhil Alexander-Walker was getting to the basket. it's just like the Timberwolves, like the Warriors lack of size and lack of shot blocking just allowed the Timberwolves to get into the paint, basically at will. You have Draymond down there and you also have Butler sometimes coming over to rotate depending on, who he's guarding, who's he switched off of. But for the most part, it was a whole bunch of really Olay defense in my opinion. Olay defense. Randall had another big quarter right there. Ant also went off. I believe Ant had 14 points in the quarter or 16 points in he had 14 points in the quarter. He had 28, but he also ended up picking 5 fouls, so he didn't really play a lot of the fourth. He got a little basket here or there, but for the most part, the game was pretty much out of reach. Steve Kerr did put his bench in, and they started cutting the lead down tremendously. It was like 20 at one point, and then ultimately being like a 7-point victory. Well, 117 to 110. Randall had 31. Ant had 30. Kuminga had 23. Draymond had 14 points. Jimmy only 13, 9 shot attempts, 5 free throws, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. And my thing with Jimmy is like, this is almost basically an elimination game because it's very rare for a team to go down 3-1 and come back. I mean, we've seen it with the Cavs and the Warriors all the years ago, and also with the Thunder and the Warriors, I believe, in that same season, if I'm not mistaken. Game 6 Clay, you do not have to tell me about it. You don't. Crush my heart. Was a big OKC fan back then, really loved Russ, really loved KD. So, yeah, man. The Warriors, Wednesday, Steph will be reevaluated, see if he can play that day. I highly doubt it, but it's a better chance that he could possibly play in Game 6 since it's an extra day because I believe the WNBA added another team, the Valkyries, Golden State Valkyries. So I believe their season home opener is Tuesday, today, as I'm recording this. Well, not as I'm recording this video, but the day I'm recording this video. And so they get an extra day of rest, and it might be a possibility with that extra day of rest that 30 might give it a go. But it's looking like the Timberwolves are gonna just move on to the Western Conference Finals, man. But Jimmy, 9 shot attempts, man. I understand he wasn't getting to the free throw line as much as he wanted, and the Warriors weren't making threes like that to open up the lane for him to just drive down it. They wasn't. Buddy Hield hit a couple threes. Draymond hit a couple threes, but I think even Gary Payton II might have hit a 3 or maybe 2 of them. But for the most part, the Warriors just looked it bad, especially in the second half. They looked it real bad. They got outscored in the third quarter 39-17, man. You can't win the NBA game doing stuff like that when you are already, fighting an uphill battle without 30. But looks like them boys going home, man. It looks like. All right, so we're going to talk about the Celtics versus the Knicks game 4, since we already talked about the Wolves and the Warriors. Ultimately, the Knicks ended up winning 121-113. But this game, it was a duel, man. It was a duel, and it's saddened that the game had to go away. It did. Like, if the Knicks won, cool. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks just pulled out a victory, then it would have been cool. But for this game to end high end, I believe Tatum suffered an injury with 3.5 minutes left in the game. And as of the time I'm recording this, I don't know what's happened. I've looked on NBA Twitter and I looked at the injury, saw the video a couple times for myself. And I'm not going to say what I think it is because I think Celtics fans are just waiting for the MRI that's supposed to be coming out later on today, I believe, or maybe even tomorrow. But it was just very deflating. I watched a couple of post-game interviews as well. And the team, the only person who kind of didn't look really deflated was Porzingis. Everybody else from JB, Derek White, Drew, Al, they just look very, very, like, almost defeated in a sense. Like, your best player goes down. He's having a heck of a game. Tatum had, he had 42 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals, bro. He was selling for a little too many threes for my liking. It's probably about 5 or 6 threes he took that I really wasn't the biggest fan of, but overall, he was everywhere, on the defensive end, on the offensive end, on the glass, making the right play, passing. Like, whatever you had a problem with Tatum doing before this game, I believe you watched this game and was like, yeah, he doing everything. This is the Tatum we wanted. And it's just unfortunate that, him having a game like that, him and Brunson going back and forth. Like, it's just unfortunate, man. Because this was a very good game. I'm not even going to lie. Usually the Celtics go up 20. The Knicks somehow walk them down over the course of the second half. Really over the course of like the end of the second quarter, going into the second half. And then in the second half, they just walk them down more and more. But, yeah, first half of this game, Derrick White came out blazing. Like, he hit his first 4 threes. Tatum was everywhere. He got a steal on Josh Hart. He got a block on OG. He had another almost steal where he threw it when he was about to go out of bounds, but he just threw it behind him because he just assumed somebody was going to be there. And I really like what the Celtics were doing, like, to start the first quarter. Like, they was cooking. Tatum he hit 2. He missed a couple of threes. I think 2 of them, but he shot 2 mid-ranges right after that. So it's like he got it going. He see the ball go through the hoop. Boom, boom. It came back 2 threes in a row. Boom, boom. I'm like, got to the basket, things like that. Then that's when he started settling for more threes for my liking he did it towards the end of the second quarter and like really towards like even the end of the game, end of the third. But in that second quarter, Cat was instrumental. I believe he had 6 points in the quarter, 3 putbacks if I'm not mistaken. Mitchell Robinson was also doing his thing. It was a possession where Cat got an offensive foul, then he got a defensive foul, so he had 3 fouls, so he had to go to the bench. Mitchell Robinson comes in, does what he does. I believe he was only fouled 1 time this game, maybe twice. Like the hacker Mitch, it kind of really wasn't in the play because the Celtics weren't really fouling like that. Like they would have maybe 2 team fouls in the quarter. I know they only had 2 team fouls in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they kind of picked up their fouling a little bit more. I believe they may have had like actually 4 or 5 fouls in that quarter. But for the most part, they was playing a pretty clean game, and they weren't really in the bonus to do the hacker Mitch stuff. So it's kind of good. Mitchell Robinson, I believe, had 5 or 6 offensive rebounds during the course of this game. 2 of them, I know one led to a McBride 3, another one led to a Cat basket. So, yeah. Knicks didn't shoot their first free throws, I believe, until the minute 30 left in the second. Brunson had 4 free throws going in the half, 13 points. He had 5 assists. I just like the way he was commanding. Bridges and OG were doing their thing. Bridges had 9. OG had 8 at half. Tatum had 20 at half. Derrick White had 17. And, the Celtics were up by 11 at halftime. So you come out the third quarter and, Brown gets a nice little layup. Bridges gets the layup. Then Cat comes down, get that little crazy and one where he just throws it in and it somehow goes in. And I'm just thinking to myself, the Knicks might walk him down again. Holiday gets him a nice layup. Cat gets another layup. Then Tatum hits back. Tatum and White hit back-to-back threes. Tatum comes down, does his little thing. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Then Derrick White, I believe it was off a steal. I want to say he was coming up the court, found Tatum, relocated to the corner. Tatum found him, bam, shot, cash, 3. So when that happened, I'm thinking in my head like, because they up 12 at this point. I'm thinking, they probably about to go on another run like they did in the first quarter or something like that. And it did not happen. It did not happen. Brunson hits a 3, then he comes back down, hits a layup. And then on another possession after that, he shoots a 3. JB is in his landing space. He kind of falls on his foot, rolls his ankle a little bit. And Brunson hits 2 to 3 free throws. They get the ball back because flagrant. It was 3 free throws and possession of the ball. And then pretty much Bridges, you know what I'm saying? He gets a nice little fall away, and the lead's cut down to 5 at this point. I believe it's 5? Yeah, it's around 5 at this point. Derrick White hits a 3. Tatum gets a steal, goes down, dunk it. And in my mind, I'm just thinking all right, if the Celtics can continuously get stops, they're doing something. But Brunson was not having it. Brunson was not having it. He ended up having 18 points in the third. I believe the Knicks were up by 3 at the end of the third, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 88, 85, something like that. And the fourth quarter, Mikal Bridges. Brunson did his thing in this quarter too, but at the top of the quarter to get it going off, I think Bridges may have had maybe 3 or 4 of the 5 first, field goals made for the Knicks. He came down 2 little pull up fadeaways off the little screen, and I really like his game. He knows his game. He does layups, but it doesn't look like Bridges does them unless he's like wide open. If he's into the paint and it's congested, he's gonna hit that little fall away jumper, spin jumper, stuff like that from like anywhere from like 10 to maybe 13, 14, 15 feet, something like that. He loves that area, and that allows him to get his 3-ball falling and get his confidence, and it also seeps into his defense too, given the fact that he does have to guard Jaylen Brown a lot. He does have to guard him a lot. So Tatum comes down, gets a layup. KP hits some free throws. I believe he missed them, actually. Bridges hit a jumper, and then Tatum hits a 3 to tie the game. And I'm thinking, like, Tatum really got it going again. Like, he really has it going again. Ultimately, man, Brunson hits a little floater. No, OG takes a 3 for the lead. Holiday hits a layup. Brunson hits a floater. And then KP missed some free throws. Brunson hits a nice little pull-up. And then, Bridges comes back down and hit another pull-up after that. Now the Knicks are up 7. The Celtics go down. Tatum tries to throw the ball to Brown. Brown loses the ball. Tatum tries to go to step in front of OG, and he just go down, crumbling. Screaming in agony, bro. Like, screaming in agony. Caught the last time out the Celtics had on, like, and it just didn't look good, bro. Like, where he was grabbing on his foot, like, at first, initially thought it might have been an ankle. Sorry, I hit the camera. But at first, I initially thought it would have been an ankle, given the fact of, like, you know what I'm saying? Him wearing low-top shoes. He could have just rolled it. I've rolled the ankle from that position before myself. But the amount of pain he was in, the fact he couldn't put no weight on it, the fact that he left in the wheelchair, the fact that you could just see, like, on his face, it was just like, damn it, I know I'm done almost. Like, at least that's what I took from it. So, like I said, the Knicks and the Wolves are up 3-1. Both teams play again tomorrow night. I highly doubt Tatum will play. I do expect the Celtics to come out and possibly within the first half play, very spirited basketball, but I don't know if they're going to be able to sustain it for a whole game. You know what I'm saying? And if they do sustain it for a whole game, I don't think they can probably beat this Knicks team 3 times in a row, especially without JT. We really don't know what happened to him, though. Hopefully he gets well. Hopefully it's not nothing that's going to keep him out all of next season like a lot of people are speculating. And it's a possibility we get Knicks Pacers in the conference finals. Wild. But this has been your boy Dolo J. Like I said, I've been back. I'm going to try to be more consistent during these playoffs. And until next time, man, I'll see y'all. Peace.